Okay, so here's something else I want to share with you. Um, Letting you know that when I share about essential oils, it's not just about how to use them. I mean, yes, they are great, but I also have personal things that have happened and struggles, and I want you to know that I'm a real person and I have struggles like everyone else. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about even today. Maybe I can leave you with some kind of encouragement. But, I didn't realize that I'm a person that has a really high energy. I'm trying to be calm now a little bit and not move all over the place because I feel like when I watch my own videos, it irritates me because I'm always like, ah, ah. Anyway, but I just felt on my heart today. I usually would share stuff like this on Facebook, but I'm trying it on the YouTube channel. So far, there's only 5 people that have subscribed and watched it. So I'm hoping one of these days it'll be real enough that someone's going to watch and feel impacted, because really I want to make a difference in the world. There is so much crap that happens. There is, bullies and driving and the traffic and everyone's rush, and it's like, oh, go here, go there, do this, be here on time. Then you have doctors telling you this is wrong and this is wrong, or you have to do this, and it's just like crazy and you just want to go ah. So today I just wanted to put out a message there. I understand. I'm really, really trying to be mindful of my life. The last, I would have to say, since June. I actually shared this on my Facebook page, but it probably goes back to May. Starting May, actually, I should go back earlier. I would have to say starting back in 2017 is when my life started going downhill. Now, I had a lot of stress before, and I thought that I had healed a lot of things, but back in the beginning of 2017, my dad was diagnosed with, I'm going to get emotional, glioblastoma, brain cancer. And he had surgery, and he came through the surgery, and that was a really long year. But I believe that God was going to heal him and that he was going to help him, because, there's 2% of people can live longer. Usually it's within, if you don't do anything, it's 6 weeks to live. If you do some things, then they could live, they say up to 6 months. He actually lived, to August. So January we found out, which he probably had it before, and then August is when he passed away, August 7th, 2017. But during that year, my husband and I took in a foster daughter, and then we took in another one and tried to maintain all this while I helped my parents, took my mom and my dad. I helped my mom, but take him to appointments, go over and help care for him, and all the different things that happened. Well, I didn't have self-care for myself. So all that year, everything built up, and I continued. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to get emotional. But all those things that happened over that year caused me to, my immune system to kind of go down. But I kept on going. That same year, September, I went to a doTERRA conference, and my face swelled up. So my face would swell up from time to time. Extreme stress would cause it. So I went to the doctors, my naturopath, and he gave me herbs and some other things. So it seemed to be under control. I'd start to get itching and my face would start to swell. I would take the herbs and it'd be okay. And then it would go away. Well, I continued to not rest, because after that year, I still had foster daughters. I was working actually, I didn't start working in my husband's business. But okay, so that year, I got to back up. So the year that my dad, oh my God, yeah. So my dad passed away in August of 2017. Then in November, my son got burned at his work. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't let these things go. That's another important thing. When you have lots of trauma, you got to let them go. And they're saying, well, I have let it go, but I got to let more go. But in November, my son was burned at work. There was a flash fire. He was burned back here, from here on his arms, all the way up to here. except for one little section on both of his arms. And so we spent 10 days at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, helping him recover. I used a lot of oils with him, helping him with the trauma. And he, was in treatment probably for a year. Just, he was worse right here and right here. And actually now on he has scars on one arm. I believe, I'm trying to remember if it's left, but it's just right here on his left arm. He has scar left. But that happened at the same time we were in Harborview. My great aunt died. Then both my aunt and uncle were sick with Alzheimer's. My uncle took a turn for the worse. He passed away in 2018, and actually March. Oh my gosh, March. He passed away in March 2018, and we thought, okay, things are going to get better. And then the next year, this past year, my aunt passed away from Alzheimer's in March of 2019, almost a year to the date of my uncle. But what happened in the service for my aunt was held in May. I'm trying to remember all these dates. I didn't even write it down. I'm just doing this, winging it, because I really don't like scripts, because when I read a script, then what happens is I kind of not really real. So we've just had lots of family tragedy. Even this year, starting in January, some close friends of ours lost their son unexpectedly. And then February, my father-in-law passed away unexpectedly. Pretty sure it was a heart attack. My mother-in-law basically thought he was sleeping in the chair when she got up in the morning, and he was gone. And then March was my aunt, and then we had our service in May. Well, all this time back to, I didn't leave yet, but all this time we've had different traumas. Now, I've thought I've worked to release them. I have done some work, but I didn't actually take the proper time of letting go. One of them is just letting the pain go, feeling it and letting it go. I started doing yoga, which really was helpful. But I noticed in May, I was swelling. And the whole month of May, it was off and on the whole month. Like, I'd be okay for a day or two, and then I would get all red. So May was not, I don't remember dates, but June started more almost every day. I made an appointment, and it took a month. And I got in July, mid-July, to see the homeopathic doctor. There's a doctor in Canada, and she does, what is it called? Magnetic acupuncture. Electromagnetic acupuncture. But she checks everything. So I had actually seen her the year before, and she helped me, but I didn't go back. And my symptoms were getting worse to where I was swelling all the time, and it was painful. Oh my gosh, it was so painful. I didn't want to go in public because I felt like I wanted to scratch my face off. It was red, burning. My eyelids at one point were almost swollen shut. Cold would help. So I went to her, got some remedies. But you know what the biggest thing she told me I needed to do? Breathe. Do you know how important your breath is? And I'm getting emotional over breath. It's more important to breathe out, because when you breathe out, you're going to breathe in. And there was a book, Breathe Out, that I still need to get, that she told me to get. But it was taking an hour-a-day walk in nature and breathing out. So you breathe in and breathe out for 6 seconds at least. Okay, let me see if I can do it. That calms your system. Well, when I went to her, it was my parasympathetic nervous system and my gallbladder, which was affecting my spleen. I had to go on a special diet, which was really restrictive, and then take the homeopathic remedies, which it took, oh my gosh, like 3 or 4 weeks for it to actually really start to clear up. And actually today, as we speak, I overdid something. I have a little bit of swelling right in there, but that's about it. So now we're into October, and I'm still having some reactions. But what I'm trying to share with you is I blamed God for a lot. I even blamed God for my dad's death, because I kept praying and believed he was going to be healed, and instead God took him home. But in a way, God did answer my prayer, because my dad really never believed in him, never believed in the Lord. And towards the end, it was like he made peace with the Lord, because he was open to it. I could pray for him. He was open to praying and shared with me a dream he had before his surgery. And we actually talked a little bit about God, and he didn't say he didn't believe, but he didn't say he did. But before, he would say he never believed. But towards the end, I just felt God gave me a piece of him being open to me reading to him. I was reading verses, scriptures. And so I came to peace. The point was, I came to peace eventually that all things happen for a reason. Even when the bad things happen, we still praising God, still trusting him that he has our good. Oh, thought I was checking my dog. Sorry. Anyway, but I want to start sharing this journey and how using oils helped me. I shared a little bit about the adaptive blend that came out, and I'm really excited that doTERRA did, because I have struggled with anxiety through this whole thing. I don't feel like I ever had it really, but through all the deaths and family tragedies that we've had in 2 years, it's really caused me to be afraid sometimes. And I've had to work through this anxiety. I'm like, oh no, someone's going to pass away if I don't be careful. You know, my son, and the same son that was burned this past year in August, he rolled his truck back in August, flipped it. I mean, he's a miracle to walk away. He walked away from that accident. But that is like another challenge. Oh my gosh, time is short, and we got to make a difference in life. So you know what? I've started sharing about my journey, because I know I'm not alone, and there's other people that have it worse than me. But whether they have it worse than me or not, it's what you do with the challenges that are befalling you. Do you sit back and cry or pity party yourself, or do you pick up and go on? So if you pick up and go on, that's really the best way, because your pain will not be wasted. You'll be able to help other people. So I share this in reality of who I am and my family. And I hope that someone does watch it that can be encouraged to not give up, to keep going even when it's hard. I mean, I can't even tell you the times I didn't want to get out of bed and was discouraged, and my face just was so awful. Oh my gosh, sorry. But I knew I couldn't give up. You know, my business wasn't where I wanted it to be. And I thought, hey, God, why aren't you blessing it the way I wanted it to be? Well, you know, he is slowly, but I feel like he wants me to go back into the childcare industry. And so I have a place I used to work about 4 years ago out on the reservation. And I think he wants me to go back there and bless those children and love on them. So I'm going to, even though it's not my first choice, but I'm going to be obedient, because I feel like he wants me to, but he wants me to not let my story be silent. So I pray that you can share this, to not lose hope. If you need encouragement, I will do that. I love sending encouraging messages. I love being funny, goofy. I'll probably put more videos, even not necessarily about essential oils, but just about things that you can do to lift up. Now, one of the things is writing down 5 things that you're grateful for a day. I try to do this every day, but I'm not good about writing things down. But when I do, and I go back and look, I feel really good. So I will do that today. Write my 5 things I'm grateful for. And those of you that are in business and you feel like your business is stuck, you know, write 3 things that are a win in your business. I was challenged with that today, to write 3 things of a win. Well, I feel like doing these YouTube videos are a win, even if no one's watched them yet, or very many people, because it's getting me out of my comfort zone. I've been comfortable on Facebook Live, but not on YouTube. And right now I know God has great things for us. And my husband and I have these awesome ideas of actually doing a van conversion for ourselves, living small, not being in debt, but really, and not being a slave to your house, but living smaller so you can reach out to people, and living smaller so you can help others, and not being a slave to what the world thinks you need to have. So I'm hoping this blesses you, and I will have more. If you have questions or you want encouragement, let me know. I know the biggest thing for me is remembering that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. And remembering that The mind is very powerful. And what we think and what we say is so powerful. So thinking positive things or writing down positive things. Okay, hi, come here. Oh, I have a little dog, Milo. Come here, man. Come here. He's a little chihuahua. Oh, come here. I got you. So I want him to say hi. Sorry, if you see this, this is his homemade cone because lately he had allergic reaction to something and he's been itching and biting his feet. I know. You want to go outside? Do you have to go potty? You have to go potty? Do you have to go outside? You want to go outside? Oh, that's his go outside. I have to go outside. But anyway, my pets also bring me encouragement too. But he made me distracted. But I think I shared verse. The other one that I like that I can't quote it right now, but it's like thinking about whatever is true, whatever is right, whatever is praiseworthy. If anything's excellent, any is true, right, honorable, think about those things. Those are what we need to think about in our mind so that we do not become negative and fall into the pit. There's so much depression out here, especially in the Pacific Northwest, where it can rain a lot. And right now we're having a windstorm. So I hope and pray that you watch this to the end, and may you be blessed after hearing this message. I hope it touches someone, because I know that I'm not the only one. So I will talk to you later. See you out there.